Welcome back to Everyone Has One with Tiffany. I'm Tiffany and I missed recording. I was sick. It was awful. Finally have my voice fully back, finally have my energy back for the most part, and I'm on spring break. Woo woo woo. So, and I got the puppy. She's in here, she's sleeping on a big fluffy blanket down there. She's been a real punk lately. So, today I wanted, to, as we're closing out, like, the Lenten season, Easter's right around the corner, it's on Sunday, I just wanted to recap, because I shared with you at the beginning of Lent what my Lenten promise was, and I just wanted to recap how it was going. So, it's going actually way better than I thought it would. I have been so much more aware of how I'm talking to myself. And if this is one of the first videos of mine that you're watching, I made a promise for Lent that I would not speak unkindly to myself, that I would not criticize myself, because I don't talk to other people that way, and I need to stop talking to myself that way. So, because I'm really mean to myself, and so I've been doing it, and I'll tell you what, it has been really eye-opening. I think it's a little bit different, at least for me, because I've given up foods, and I don't always do Lent either. Like, sometimes I feel like I should fast, because it's a fast. Sometimes I feel like I should fast, sometimes I don't. And sometimes I feel like a nut, and sometimes I don't. If you know, you know. So, but I'm thinking about all those J-Lo videos on TikTok with her bodega order. Anyway, so stupid. Okay. So, for me, it was harder to do, like, the thought work than the physical, something like, I could give up TV for 40 days. I could give up chocolate for 40 days. That's easy. And it's easy, too, because there's, like, this end date. So, like, on the, at the end of Lent, you can turn on the TV. It's fine. I think for me, what I'm finding in the thought work, or with my fast in my thoughts, is that when these 40 days or 40 some odd days, whatever it is, when Lent is over, this is something I really need to continue with. Lent was the start for me. And what I also found is doing this, and what I found is that I do a lot of things that are, and I know this, but I've never reflected it back onto me. I want you to think of, like, so me being kinder to myself is just a piece of a puzzle. So you might have seen these puzzles. It's like a puzzle, and then you, like, put it together, and then that puzzle fits into another puzzle that fits into another puzzle, and then, eventually you get this big puzzle. So I've just finished this first piece, and what I've realized is this was the first piece for me to kind of zoom out and be like, oh, I have been, like, sabotaging myself in a lot of different ways. And what I noticed is I was doing some work, and I had to fill out something talking about, like, my strengths. And I struggled with it so bad that I had to walk away. And not throw up I knew I threw up my hands, but I didn't throw up my hands and walk away. But what I had to say was, Tiffany, okay, you're really struggling with this. Before you start going down, like, the tubes, you need to just walk away and get back to it tomorrow. So that's what I did. And eventually I was able to figure out, but I had to really think about it. And I struggled. And the crazy thing is, I knew, but I couldn't say. And like, I know that I'm an empathetic person. I know that people enjoy talking to me. I know that, you know, I'm a good, person for support and to help find resources. And, you know, I, I've been told I'm fun. I've been told that I'm funny. I've been told, that I've been told lots of kind things about myself. And, but for me to like say like, oh, those are my strengths, it was a really hard thing for me to figure out. So anyway, realizing that, I'm like, these are like characteristics of self-sabotage. And then I kind of started like thinking about it. I'm like, oh yeah, I do practice self-sabotage on a pretty regular basis. Like, I don't always, confront people when it's appropriate. Sometimes I'll wait until I'm so angry and I'll blow up. Well, that's not fair to the person. That's not, because I want to be empathetic, right? There might be something that's bothering me and I'm constantly putting myself in their shoes. I'm like, oh man, maybe they don't understand, or maybe they're just having a hard time. And maybe if I say it in this way, they'll get the hint. And, I don't do that with the people that I love the most, right? I don't do it with my husband. I don't do it with my children. I don't do it with my friends or my siblings. Like, I say, if I'm like, hey, I really don't want to, blah, 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 I just say it. I've learned how to say no, right? But when it comes to certain people, I'm just thinking like they may not have that level of awareness. And so I talk around it, and I find that it causes a lot of issues. I'm a queen of procrastination. If I turn on the light in here, because I just have the ring light on, because when I have the overhead light on, it does a weird shiny thing. If I turn this camera on, like, if you saw the pile of boxes I have in this closet and the boxes that I have behind me of just stuff. My workspace is covered. Like, I need to clean this office, but I've been procrastinating because I don't want to do it. It's a task that's gonna require decisions to be made, and I don't want to do that, right? I'm also, and this is much worse when it comes to the age of, online shopping. I'm not great at delayed gratification, right? At times I am, but I've been getting into art. Actually, I would, should I show you my piece? I have a piece that I worked on, and I'm kind of proud of. Oh no, I'm not going to. I'm too embarrassed right now. I'm too embarrassed. Oh no. Oh. Anyway, so I'm not going to show you my piece, but I'm trying to get into watercolor. There's a book that I've been using. It's whatever, but I found a paint by numbers. It's $10, and even that's weird. Like, you can't have something for $10, Tiffany. You can't. You're not worth $10. I'm worth $10, right? But it's a paint by numbers. It's this beautiful picture. I absolutely, like, I saw it and I was like, is this like an art? Can I have this and hang it up? And then I saw it. It was a paint by numbers. And I was like, you know what? Maybe I should try that, just to get kind of like a feel of painting and like what a piece feels like to like complete it, just to get that feel. And so I ordered it, and like, I've been feeling guilty about it, but I ordered it and I was like, great, at my house, a day or two or whatever. I could have waited. I don't need it right now. So I could have delayed that. There's one other thing that I noticed in this that is so... I took notes. Let me look at my notes real quick. I said that. Spending a lot of time. I'm the queen of a plan, and not the queen of executing the plan, right? I plan, but I don't execute. And I think when you're, for me, and I think for other people too, I can say this, I do have, you know, a foot to stand on this. Like, when you spend a lot of time planning, it seems like you're doing something. You're not. You have to execute, right? And, a lot of people are like, oh, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to go to school, I'm going to go to school. And then they never go to school, right? Like I did it, in the house, like, oh yeah, we're going to do this, we're going to do this, we're going to do this. We never did it. Well, then once we, picked up the first paint roller, things have been going, right? Like, things have been changing. Like, I think, if you're planning, you feel like you're accomplishing something, and you're really not. A plan is just a plan until you put it into action. And for me, I'm seeing that a lot more about myself. So I've been trying to make smaller plans and, more manageable plans, not setting myself up for failure, because I think that's something for me too. I make these grand plans and then they're unattainable, right? Or there's too many steps, or it's too tedious, whatever it is, and then I procrastinate, it doesn't get done, and time moves on. So I've decided to, like, small things, whatever it is, and get it done. So just overall, I think I should kind of wrap this up because I'm starting to ramble, but overall, it's being kinder to myself, being, like, cognizant, being aware of and catching myself when I do say, like, oh, Tiffany, that's stupid, right? Has really been something that has been great for me for Lent, but it's something that I'm going to continue with. It's not like chocolate. It's not like giving up TV. Come Easter Sunday, I'm not going to be nasty to myself. And I think I think God really used this for me to kind of, start me in a kind of, like, it's a fresh start for me. Like, knowing that I'm not a piece of shit, which is, it sounds weird to hear it, but knowing that, and knowing that, like, I can make a mistake and that doesn't make me a mistake, that I can, I can be imperfect and still be I don't want to say perfect, because obviously I'm not, but still be able to, have a place at the table, have a voice to say something, have, whatever it is. So I'm just, I'm just a me. I'm just a me, a 46-year-old me, still trying to figure it out, right? And but I'm excited. I'm excited for what comes next. But I will tell you this, next video will probably be a cleaning video, because this office is disgusting. I'm just, like, saying, there's, like, a tape measure over there off camera, a box of tissue and paper. It's just ridiculous in here. And maybe I'll give you a little office tour. Maybe you can see the office before I change it again. Okay, well, thank you so much. If you made it this far, leave a pink heart emoji in the comments. And I hope you have a wonderful Easter. If I don't post again, I might, but I hope you have a wonderful Easter. And thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. Like and subscribe. Bye.